So you've just gotten done with a client project that went really well. The client is so happy that they could literally cry physical tears of delight. So why does then trying to get a testimonial from them feel like you're trying to pry their prized poodle from their cold dead hands? Getting testimonials can be challenging, but they don't have to be. So I'm going to give you a few tips that you can use to not only get testimonials from your clients, but get strategic testimonials that are actually going to help you as social proof on your website or your sales page. If you don't know me, I'm Sarah Jane Burt, your friendly neighborhood copywriter, and I'm here to bring you content marketing tips for your small business. Now, let's get to the good stuff. The first thing you're gonna do when you try to get testimonials, the first step in your testimonial getting process is to send a follow-up email to the client after they've had a little time for their work with you to marinate. How much time? That will depend on the context in which you worked with them. So for example, my copywriting agency writes a lot of launch copy. And so when we start working with the client, we ask them when their launch date is, how long they're launching. All of that goes into the content strategy. But we also keep note of that so that we know when to follow up with them. We don't want to follow up with them in the middle of the launch because it's usually pretty stressful and can sometimes be chaotic. So let's say they tell us we're launching on the 3rd, it's a 2-week launch period. We might email them a week after their launch has wrapped up to see how it went. Kind of feel them out. Are they in a good mood because they just had an amazing launch? Are they in a not great mood because they didn't have the launch they wanted? That's really going to impact when we ask for the testimonial. So if they tell us our launch really sucked, we lost a bunch of money, you're not going to say, well, hey, can you write a testimonial about this great copy that I wrote you? Not the time or place. So for you, depending on how long it takes for the client to either implement something you've given them or wrap their head around a strategy you've created, however long it takes for that to kind of marinate, for them to understand the value that they've gotten from this service or product that you've given them. So if everything went well, they're super excited, they're happy, they're remembering how you helped them reach their goal. This is a great time to say, hey, can we have a testimonial? Most people will say yes if they had a great experience, but they don't always follow up with the actual testimonial piece. So one reason why your customer might tell you that they'll give you a testimonial and then not follow up with it is because testimonials are not a thing that we write every day. It's not a thing that people are just naturally great at writing. They might not know what to say or what you want them to say. They might not know how to write a good testimonial. So that is where the next step comes in. You're going to create a form with some brief prompts that ask them the questions that you need them to answer to get a good testimonial from them. This can be a free Google form, or you can use Typeform, whatever you use for people to fill out forms. It can also just be a Google Doc where you put the question and have them answer it. But giving them these prompts is really important because you want the testimonial to be strategic, to mention certain things about you, your business, what you do, the value you provide, and your customer is not necessarily going to be thinking of all of that when they give you a testimonial. So what are some questions that you should ask in your testimonial questionnaire? I always recommend a before and after type of question. So on our testimonial questionnaire, which we send out after we've worked with someone, we ask, how are you feeling before you started working with us, and how did you feel after you worked with us? A question like that is going to help you make the transformation real for the people on your website or sales page. Another question you might ask is, what is the challenge or issue that you were facing that prompted you to hire us? So that gives them space to talk about that challenge, that pain point, that thing that was just so unbearable that they had to hire someone like you to help them solve the problem. How does this help you on your sales page or website? This is a great question because the answer is really going to give voice to that big challenge that you solve. And when someone reads that on your website or your sales page, they're going to say, yep, I have that same issue. And it's going to make them care a little bit more about what else is on the page. The next question you want to ask is around concrete results. So on our questionnaire, we say, what concrete results can you share with us? And then we give some examples so that they understand what we mean by that. So using this copy, I sold 10 spots in my program. I had a $100,000 launch. I increased my web traffic exponentially. These kinds of things are helpful to provide that real evidence that you have provided value. Now, not every offer is going to have a dollar and cents ROI or a percentage increase. You know, some types of coaching might be I increase self-confidence or I feel healthier or whatever. But if they can put some language around how it actually shows up in their life, that's helpful, even if there isn't a percentage or a dollar amount. Another question I like to ask is, what was your favorite part of working with us? And that question really helps you highlight those things that make you unique. Sometimes you'll find that it's things that you didn't really think about. So 2 things that show up a lot on our testimonial questionnaires is that we helped support them at the last minute or in their time of need, or there was quick turnaround. And then the second thing we see a lot is that they had very few edits. So those are 2 things that I didn't really think about until we kept seeing these results on the testimonial questionnaires. So it really helped us understand like what makes us different from other copywriting agencies or copywriters. And it's our ability to deliver things quickly and to deliver them right the first time around. I also like to ask, were there any unexpected bonuses to working with us? This is where the real good stuff comes out. So we've heard things like people were emailing me and telling me how much they loved my copy, how much it resonated with them. That's not something necessarily that they came to us for. They didn't come to us to write copy that will get replies to emails, sales emails, right? They came to us to write copy that'll sell their stuff. But that's a pleasant surprise. When someone emails you and says, your copy really resonated with me, that is just a bonus. So when you ask that question, you might get some unexpected answers, some interesting answers that you can use strategically somewhere on your website or sales page. And the last thing you want to make sure that you get is a photograph of the person. Faces work better in testimonials than company logos, so try to get the testimonial from a specific person in the company who's okay showing their face and putting their name in your marketing materials. So on our questionnaire, we just say, for our marketing materials, can you please attach a photo or give us a link to a photo that we can use for our marketing materials? So what happens if they don't get back to you? This can be really frustrating, especially if you had a really great project, great results, they love the work, you can't wait to put this testimonial up on your sales page for this new thing you're launching, and you need it immediately. They're human, their inbox is full. The best way to get them to follow through with the testimonial they said they would send is to send them again the link to the questionnaire. In that email, make sure you remind them what you enjoyed about working with them. Use some kind of specific detail that sort of sparks a memory and gets them to say, oh yeah, let me do this testimonial. I remember how great that was. You might also want to let them know that you really appreciate them taking the time to give you this testimonial, and it's going to help you serve so many other people. This might be just, a little fire under their butt to give you the testimonial now instead of just letting it rot in their inbox somewhere. And a bonus tip. If you have a client that does really well on video, you can also get a video testimonial instead of having them write the answers to these things. Video testimonials don't necessarily work better or worse than a written testimonial. The benefit there is that people can actually see the person speaking. They can tell how sincere they are and how much they actually enjoyed working with you. Screenshots can also be a great form of testimonial. Just make sure you get permission to screenshot, to show their name and their face in the screenshot before you use it on your website or your sales page. And that's how you get strategic testimonials from your clients without feeling like you have to pull teeth. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my amazing content marketing tips. And if you have any questions about testimonials, what you should include on that questionnaire, or how you should go about getting them, drop your questions in the comments below so that I can answer them. And if you're in the process of writing a sales page and you need a little guidance, I've got an amazing sales page template on the DIY Copy Shop. And if you use code YouTube, you get 10% off anything you want to buy in the shop. And that sales page template is going to show you where to use those testimonials strategically on the page to help you sell more stuff. So take a look, DIYcopyshop.com, and I'll see y'all next time.